And we are back here on 100.3 The Ride with more of the Farmers and Merchants pregame show leading up to our Week 5 matchup here in Holcomb. We're facing the Longhorns. Coach, we'll start with last week's loss. We talked about how largely, obviously, it was, the defense kind of did its job and the offense, had some miscues, couldn't quite keep up. How'd you address those this week and hopefully, obviously, improve?
We got back to practice. At the end of the day, sometimes your defense isn't going to be there, or your offense or special teams, either one. And so, you just come back to practice and keep working on the stuff that we've worked on all year and hopefully clean that up. We've really got after it up front, just making sure we understand our job, how plays should be run, things like that. So we kind of got back to the basics a little bit, but we definitely cleaned it up this week.
Now, this week, like last week, you kind of have your work cut out for you in terms of, the talents of your opponents. What has film kind of shown you on the Longhorns? How have you game planned with that?
A really good coaching staff in Holcomb. They've been successful for quite a while, and, it just shows on film. It's not like they're running anything different, but they have really talented guys, and they have really big guys. And so with us being a smaller team, we've had to adjust some things and see if we can play just a touch faster.
Now, when, obviously this week, you got an opponent that you kind of go in knowing, like you said, they're big, they're talented, they're fast. How does that affect your play calling throughout the game? Does it make you more conservative, aggressive?
No, you have to have a philosophy and believe in it and go with it every week. Sometimes, and a lot of times in this district with these teams, everybody's pretty good. And so you just have to be ready each week to go and, see how well you can execute on Friday.
Now, I got a pair of guys in the backfield, that will line up in the backfield that average over 90. I think one's at 92, one's around, 98 or 97. How do you make sure that each one of them is, game plan for in their own right?
Yeah, they spread it around pretty good to everybody, and they're really balanced, and they're just a good team. And so, we've got to be able to out-execute and bring more energy than they can, and, that's how you take care of those things.
Now, we talked about, a pretty good week of practice for you. Did any player or position groups stand out in preparation for this week?
Not really. I would say the team is just standing out. Each week we talk about hey, well, that was a good practice. It's probably our best practice of the year. And then we get to the next week and they respond, and all of a sudden we're at another level. And so what we're trying to do is, bring up that level of play, and it's starting to happen. And so we're excited about that.
Now, your Eagles are 2-2. What'll it take to get back in the win column in Holcomb?
Yeah, as always, we have to be physical, and we got to take care of the ball.
Fair enough. That's all I got for you, Coach. We will have more of the Farmers and Merchants pregame show and kickoff here on 100.3 The Ride.